Good afternoon, everybody. 12:58, Thursday, 7th of May. Annoyingly, I'm back in the gym doing a back session. I only say annoyingly because I forgot to train lower body. Yes, I know. I'm one of them. But it's not like a full forget. It's just like my shit was sore, I was tired, you know. No real excuse, but we're back in. I'll hit them next cycle. That's what I always say. But I generally don't fill my leg sessions. One, because I'm trying to keep up the facade that I never train legs. And two, I mean, I'm just a bit shy and it's not very impressive. Don't get me wrong, I still go crazy on leg days. But I just, I don't think it's that good in terms of viewable content. Anyway, rarely do this, but we're starting off with heavy lat pull downs as our first exercise. Strapped up, of course, we're moving 72 kilos here. This is my first time doing the lat pull down on the Arsenal strength setup, but I mean, I don't assume it to be any different than others. We will find out. Let's do this shit. It's not bad, but I don't know if you can tell with this setup, the carabiner is facing this way and those two things are off to the side. So the thing spins so that it's the fucking other way around. And I can feel a bit of rotational pressure as I'm doing the pull down. So it's a bit, honestly, it's a bit shit. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just do one more set and I'll flip it around so the other side gets a bit more like rotational feeling. And then that way it evens out. That wasn't too bad, let's go again. Again, quite a dicey camera angle. Got front on interview mode, it's fucking hectic. Only one more set of these. Like, it's not that I dislike the movement per se, but I feel like it's a bit too compounded. I get too much biceps, a little bit of rear delts, a little bit of lats, whereas I'm a bigger fan of just like trying the one muscle and really only feeling that, right? Whereas with this one, I don't know, sometimes it's like my lats, sometimes it's the rear delts firing, like, it's a bit tricky, at least for me. Anyway, one more set, and this is what I mean, the fucking, I don't know if, you can't see it. Forgive me for, going back to old faithful. Alrighty. Let's fucking party. It might be one of those back days where I just do 2 sets on every machine and just do the whole sweep. We'll see, that wasn't too bad. Moving on. Alrighty. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably a bit too heavy for me. But given it is only the 3rd set of the workout, the biceps are fresh, the readouts haven't been collaterally fried. And I say that with its proper definition. I haven't hit readouts properly, but anytime that arm or that humerus goes past your shoulder or your torso, you're gonna get a little bit of readout action. So they're still pretty fresh is what I'm trying to say. Now we've got a pretty snazzy Arsenal strength T-bar row here, dual handles. I've only got a plate on each side here, which, I mean, I've used a Life Fitness T-bar row before, and I've smacked on 3 plates on that like an absolute unit. But oh my god, I strapped in without starting my music. I fucking hate it when that happens. Anyway, we're gonna do it raw. 20 is very heavy, so I'm trying not to use the biceps as much as possible, and I'm trying to get a little crazy with it. Let's do this. Oh god. I thought that would happen. That's a little too heavy. Thank God I have little plates nearby. I'm gonna try that again. My forearm's fucking cramping from trying to strap in. It's pissing me off. Anyway, I started my music. I dropped the weight. Let's go. That's fucking heavy. Oh god. I'll be honest, I don't like it that much. Moving on. I think I'm too bright. Am I? Not actually this pale. Rather, I actually have a rather dark complexion. I'm an Asian. Anyway, low row machine. One of my favorites because if you've noticed, I never, ever do shrugs. I only ever really row with a slight upwards angle, and that targets my traps, my upper traps well enough, right? Should I do some direct trap work? Yes, if I thought it was a lagging muscle group, but I think relative to the rest of my physique, given how small my chest is, given how small my legs are, my back is pretty good. You know what, I don't even know why I always train back so much, because it is leaps and bounds ahead of every other muscle group on my frame, especially in terms of like development, definition, thickness, density. Every measure, my back wins out, right? And it's probably because whenever I don't know what to train, I always just by default hit back, and then you do those long enough, lo and behold, that's like your strongest muscle group. Anyway, low row, 2 plates each. I'm really thinking about actually pulling upwards like this almost. Yeah, I'll get a bit of rear delts, sure, but I also want the traps to come up slightly as well. It's sort of heavy, I mean, 2 plates, but let's just go a little crazy and see what we end up with. It's not bad. Let's get one more. Woo. Oops, I'm a little high, but as in the shot. Anyway, I'm gonna switch over to do single arm. The weight is the same, but something that I sort of forgotten whilst doing the last set was I wasn't really trying to pull and contract the muscle as hard as possible. You know, I mean, you could make the argument that it's a new machine. I've only really done a grand total of 4 sets on it. About to start my 5th or 6th, whatever. But that's not the case, right? Like, the sets should be as consistent as possible, with good form, good execution, good intensity, right? And if I'm not doing that, then I need to change something up so it is like that. Does that make sense? Anyway, my camera might run out of batteries, but if that's the case, whatever. Let's do 5, then 5, then 5. Let's start with the right hand. All right, I know for a fact that my camera ran out of batteries. Whoops. We are 6 sets in. We're gonna finish up with pullovers. Yeah, 8 sets of back, not too bad, honestly. Yeah, and I love pullovers anyway. But the band attachment is nice rather than using a straight bar. But I don't know, you do get. What am I trying to get at? It's like some people prefer the straight bar. Some people prefer the freedom of their arms moving back and forth. I'm the latter, you know, I like my wrists being able to turn. I like a little bit of variation because naturally, when I'm only thinking about trying to contract the lats as I pull the arms down, like a little bit of sway left and right doesn't really put me off. In fact, it makes it so that I can contract even harder. I don't know if that's like science backed or anything. This is just straight personal experience. You know, this is gym bros give you advice. And they're smaller than you. I know, what a crime. Alrighty, let's do this shit. Good God. Might be a bit heavy. Fuck me. One more. Alrighty, no change in angle. What I did change actually was the attachment. You know, I was going on and on about how I like the straps more than the bar, and I was like, you know what? I actually haven't done the bar in a while. Let's just give it a shot. Let's just see how it feels. One thing to note is that the bar does weigh significantly more than the actual bands, so you'll find that you can move maybe a bit more weight with the bar. The thing is cool. Last set. Let's go a little crazy. No more. Jesus. You know what, the bar's pretty good actually. Ah well, whatever, fuck it. Just choose whichever one you like, you know. Alrighty, hello. Yep. We are gonna be doing lying face pulls. Yeah, it's kooky, you know. I'm gonna shout out Sam Sulek. He's the first person that I've seen do, well, yeah, first person I've seen, probably not the first person in history. You know, I guarantee not the first person in history, but he definitely popularized it for me. And when I tried it, it was really, really cool, you know. I think I'm training my rear delts in really two ways. Yeah, the lengthened position and the shortened position. The lengthened position is when that hand is all the way across that body, and then its fully shortened position is when it's past and behind your torso. This is going to be more so of that like lengthened long to mid-range, I think. Anyway, enough talking. I'm going to stop lying down like this. I'm going to show you how it's done. It's fucking hectic. I love it. I love it. It might not look like much, but it's awesome. I guarantee you. Alright, 2 more of these. So, I mean, goodness. The reason why lying down I think is superior is because your whole body acts as a counterweight, right? So I don't need to focus on like leaning back or anything. I literally relax my entire body. I even have my feet up so that my lower back can't even do anything. And then all I think about is not pulling my arms back, but actually pulling my elbows apart. You know, that motion of going horizontal or laterally out is gonna hit your rear delts a bit more than if you were to just row towards your face. You know what I mean? Because then that's sort of just like a mid-back, mid-trap type movement. But if I'm really thinking about like almost karate chopping my hands out as I row to the face, then it's gonna target the rear delts a smidge better. Alright, let's do this. Jesus. Not bad, 1 more. Alrighty. I call this angle lateral blocking the sun in White Chicks. Anyone seen that? No? Alright, whatever. Who cares? Last set. Let's treat it right, you know? No slacking off. I surrender. Let's check the pump. Alrighty. I'm back. I'm going with the orange lighting today, only because I just did like a pose down session with one of the coaches in this gym. And he was giving me all these tips and stuff. And shout out to him, Luke, gangster ass. He's competed before, came first, classic, I think, and all this other stuff. So he's just giving me a lot of tips in terms of the show, in terms of like the transitions. Shout out, thank you. Let's start off with whoops, I slipped annoyingly. Hey. Abs and thighs. Short one today because I'm fucking tired and I trained back, but it's a work in progress. Back day done and dusted. I mean, pretty happy. Pretty happy with this. Oh, does that look fucking crazy or what? Let's just go through one more. I'll set the legs this time. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.